Hello friends, this video is regarding the latest T1 defense setup and I will cover up all the critical and basic. So if in case you are new, you will know everything that is required to build the good T1 defense, right? So all the important factors like refinement, that is the basic part, layering that you should and must do within your defense, and even the debuff that is required so that your T1 defense can work effectively, right? And all the small areas I will point out so that you should not be missing anything. Now, firstly, guys, let's start from the layering, and firstly, let's take a look at the T1s. Now, firstly, guys, those of you who are new, start from the 300 million T1, right? And those who already doing the T1 defense and have the some sort of the quantity, then as such, what we should do? Should we build the 2 billion T1 first, as these are cheaper to build as compared to the higher tier T2 or other layers? Or we should build these above layer first? So I will suggest guys that once you have the decent quantity at T1, like the 1 billion something, you should proceed to the T2. And once you have the decent quantity at T2, I will suggest that you should proceed to the T3. As of now, I have not started building T3, but soon I would be start building T3 once I would be having my MA5 upgraded. Now, first of all, guys, if in case you have watched my this video, then I hope all of you are aware conversion from the percentage buff is almost double on the T3 if you have to compare with the T1. So obviously, in terms of absorbing the attack, T3 would be more effective if you have to compare with the T2 or you have to compare with the T1, right? And apart from it, having the multiple heavy layer within the defense is always beneficial, right? And if in case you playing the T1 defense with those minimum layer, then having the only one big layer is literally a disadvantageous, and tricks start working against the T1 defense key. If you do not want that tricks work against your T1 defense keep, then I will suggest that you start building the above layer, and at least I will suggest that if you can build the heavy T4 as well, that would be much wonderful, right? Now let's take a look at the chart of full layers. Now guys, this is the chart with all the layers. It looks almost the same as I posted in my previous videos. Firstly, those of who are new, so you seeing the all of these layer in the ground, archer, caps and siege, you should be having the at least that much layer. What I mean by at least that much layer, if you have the more T14, T13, don't worry about it. Just look at these troops. Do you have the less troop than these within your keep? If in case yes, then you should be having the at least that much layer present in all of these tires, right? And if you have the more, then don't worry about it, right? And over here, minimum you should be having the 300 million T1 as of now, and afterwards you can think about building more, right? So firstly, have the some defense outcome, and then afterwards you can watch my other videos in terms of ghosting and all, or how effectively you can have the more positive outcome, right? Now those who are already doing the T1 defense and have this some decent quantity, so this is the layer I will suggest that you should start having within your defense. Even I am also targeting the same, and simply the reason is why, so that tricks should not work against my defense, right? And I should not be at the disadvantageous position even after any singular archer attack, right? Because having these four big T1 T4 layer is extremely helpful in clearing the layers and all. Now, one thing, guys, I would like to inform all of you that do not try to build this T3, T4 layer until unless you have this some decent quantity in T1 and T2. And simply the reason is why, because if you will put up those 20 million, 30 million something in the T3 and T4 without having the decent quantity within the T1 and T2, then these will become the very easy target, right? And you will unnecessarily going to lose more even against the March, where you shouldn't be losing the anything. Because once you have these heavy layers below and then you building the decent quantity in these layer, only the heaviest buff marks you can expect that can make the any kind of the impact. Otherwise, you're not gonna lose much or anything. And once you have these layers, right, then I will suggest that you can think about maximizing any T1 layer. Now guys, let's speak about the debuff general. What debuff general you should be putting on all of your subordinate city, right? Because that is extremely important so that your T1 defense can work more effectively. Now guys, on debuff general for T1 defense, I already had the one video. Right now within the game, in the general chest, they have added the more general, right? So out of all of these generals guys, for T1 defense, if in case you do not have the siege within your keep, then for T1 defense, only these four generals are useful. Those are the Ziska, Mark Antony, Yon Gaisomon, and the Darius, right? And let me specify Yon Gaisomon and the Darius is the ground and mounted specific, while Ziska and Mark Antony, you can say Ziska is the hardcore range one, and even the Mark Antony is also more over the range one with some other stats, right? So these four are only I would say is the most useful within the T1 defense keep that do not have the siege. And out of these four guys, I will suggest that if in case you can go for the multiple copies of general and can target the multiple general, then you should go for the Ziska. This is the hardcore range focus general. Another one you go for the Darius. This is the hardcore ground and mounted debuff general, right? So with these two general, you can pretty much debuff all three main marches that actually hold the capacity to zero the T1 defense key, right? Now let me show you their stats as well. So firstly, guys, this is the Ziska, and these are the stats of Ziska within the range, pretty great, and some other stats as well that you can see it. And this is the Darius, and these are the stats of Darius, fully maximized, fully ascended. So this is what it is going to deliver, hardcore within the ground and even within the mounted as well, right? And that's what we needed. Now previously guys, these chests used to be available within the Giant Wisdom Temple and even within the Lucky Jackpot event, right? But right now in the Lucky Jackpot event, they have made the changes, and here we have the duty generals. And through Lucky Jackpot, getting the debuff general used to be much easier as compared to the temple event. But right now, unfortunately, they have removed from the Lucky Jackpot event. So for those guys who cannot go for the multiple copies or even targeting the one single copy would be tough, then I will suggest that on from the tavern guys, you can target the Andrew Jackson for the range debuff, right? It is offering the 100% range debuff within the attack and with some mounted and the ground debuff as well, right? So from the tavern you can target the Andrew Jackson, and from the event you can target the Darius, right? Right. So let me show you guys my debuff general as well. Andrew Jackson I have, Darius I have, and Yon Gaisomon I got it from the normal general token. This general is available through the normal general token. If in case you have it, you happen to get the multiple copies, use it. This is also offering pretty much nearby stats, I will say. And even this general is also good within the ground and mounted, right? And also offering the some stat within the range and siege as well. And also another I have the Andrew Jackson. This Hojo Yuji Yasu, this one also come through the normal general token, and even this Mark Antony also comes through the normal general token. So I'm putting up on my subordinate city, right? And another one is Ziska, right? I will try if I can maximize Ziska from the event. Now guys, quickly for the debuff gear, this is what I'm using here: ground and range troop HP debuff. You can go for the same. Here ground troop defense and ground troop HP, you can go for the same. Here I'm using the mounted troop attack debuff. You can go for the same, and even there is a separate piece as well. You can check it out that as well. And if you want to put on some of your subordinate city, you can do that as well, right? And here I'm going for the range troop attack debuff. You can go for the same one within the defense. If in case you want to craft the other ring as well, you can do it if in case you going for the attacking. Otherwise for the defense range to attack debuff, this ring is the great, right? And this one I'm using this one, you can go for the same. And this one I'm using the this piece, and you can go for exactly the same, right? Again guys, normal skill book, what you can put it on your subordinate city general. So I'm putting up training capacity. Here the rebirth, and here I happens to get the one debuff skill book. You can put it up the training speed. Now let's firstly speak about the refinement, as all of you are already aware, but those who are new, I'm just showing quickly. Refinement, we need the full flat refine. As you can see, I have the full flat for the mounted attack on this piece. +1. Do not go for even single any percentage one. Even if you get the mounted percentage one, discard it right away. We only need these flat refine, means these flat numbers. So you can see the plus sign 1008. You have to go for these numbers. Mounted proof attack, no percentage, right? Same over this particular piece as well. These are the must thing. Do not make any changes over here. It should look exactly like this that right now you are seeing, right? And over here these are the HPP, so you have to go for the HP, no percentage. Again, these plus sign one, this is what you need it, right? If you can go for the gold, that is the great, that's what you have to target, right? And over here again, mounted troop HP, right? You can see full flat, that you have to go for no percentage. Here mounted troop defense full flat, no percentage, that you have to go for. Again over here, full flat mounted troop defense, you can see no percentage one. You have to go for this one, this plus these flat number 685, something like this, no percentage one, right? And apart from it, this is the battle tested speciality that all of you can easily have it from the SVS, and you can have the additional plus 500 old troop attack, right? Now guys, let's speak about the dragon refinement as well, as I'm covering all the basics. So I'm doing the full mounted troop HP. Now if in case guys, some of you want to do the mounted troop defense as well, that's also you can do it. You want to do the defense and HP mix, that's also you can do it, or you can proceed with the same mounted troop HP, right? Don't think about which one is more important, defense or HP, both are highly important. You go either for the full defense, or either you go for the full HP, or either even if in case you want, you can do the mix of defense and HP, pretty much fine. You don't have to go for the any attack slots, that's I don't think is required, right? You only go for the defense and HP over your dragon. Now, apart from it, guys, even in the Monarch gear, I will suggest that keep it on mounted attack, defense, and HP, because that also adds some flat value as well. That's gonna help out to your T1 defense keep. Now, guys, let's speak about the defense general. What you should be proceeding with defense general. Now, if in case guys you don't have the much higher diet troops, and you only planning to build the T1 defense cave with less higher diet troop, and as of now you only targeting those 300 400 million something, then even you can use the debuff general as well. I don't see any problem at all. But if you targeting those T1, T2, T3 layers, as I have mentioned, and even those T4 layer, then I will suggest that you should go for the pure mounted base combination, even within the main as well, and even within the assistant as well, right? So that you can support your T1, T4 as much as possible, right? And if in case guys you have those one marches for archer and the ground, then still I will suggest that only go for the mounted base general in the main and assistant. But once you start building lot of the layers for the ground and archer, suppose you start building the lot of the ground layer top to bottom and even the archer layer top to bottom, then you can think about putting up the relevant general, even for the ground based general, even the archer based general. Otherwise, if in case you have those 3 4 million ground and archer guys, there is no point in putting up the ground base or archer base general for those limited quantity of troops. That will not gonna do anything, because once you removed your mounted general, definitely you losing something, right? So if you losing something and putting the ground base or archer base general, then only put it up once you have the heavy quantity available, right? So that we can effectively utilize the ground or archer, right? Or if in case guys you have the full keep, you have the heavy siege, then again you have to prioritize the general then accordingly, right? So here now guys, I would be only suggesting the mounted base generals in this particular video. Firstly, guys, Coin Bodica, these are the stats of Coin Bodica grade within the defense and HP, and these are the other stats. So this is what you have to use it as a main, pretty much available through the tavern. You can easily maximize it, right? So this would be your main general. Now this is what is the another mounted general. This is the leading the army general, means you can use it over your wall. So here the assistant stats without any red star, means even if in case suppose you have the one copy, you can easily use it, and these are the stats what this general is offering. Great thing about this general is what that all the stats of this particular general is without condition. So in total what this general would be offering: 145% attack, defense would be the 125%, and HP would be the 65%. March size and in rally attack is useless over the wall, right? Again, if HP would have been more, it would have been wonderful, but this is what, as of now, these best leading the army mounted generals are, delivering. Now, this is also the another leading the army mounted general. If in case you have this, you can also use this on your wall, and these are the stats what this general will going to offer. You can reduce down the 10% or might be 15% attack from this particular general, because 10 or 15% are the condition base and rest are the without condition. This is the leading the army one, but still 10 and 15% on this particular general is the condition base, right? So in total attack would be might be the somewhere around the 125% or might be the 130%, and the defense would be the 120%, HP would be the 70%. Basically, I will suggest that you should target more defense and HP if possible, otherwise all stats are useful. March size and again in rally will not going to work over your wall, right? And again, even the previous one, Mori as well, and even the Hakon Herald, both of these general can take all the skill books. And here you can see the remaining one as well, Washington Prime as well. These are the stats of the Washington Prime, 125%. Again, you can remove the 10% from this particular general, because 10% is the condition base. So only the 115% would be within the attack, right? Defense would be the 55%, HP would be the 85%, right? In rally, March side, these will not work. Hakon's stats I already showed to all of you. Now these are the Hermes stats. Again, even within this general, you can remove the 10% attack, because as 10% is the condition base. Rest you can see 120% attack. Defense would be the 60%. HP would be the 80%. Rest this in rally reinforcing March size. None of this will going to work over the wall, right? So these are the general that you can use over the wall, right? If in case you have any of these general, and this will offer you the mounted stats. Now this is regarding the general part. Even these general will gonna help out your higher tier caps as well, if in case you have built a lot of the higher tier caps. Otherwise, if in case you have built up the lot of the grounds or lot of the archers, right, 10 million something like this, then I will suggest that you use the general accordingly, right? Now guys, one more important thing. Suppose if in case you are there at the K35 or you there at the K40. Suppose I'm there at the K40. So obviously I'm gonna build the T15 layer for the ground, caps and archer for sure. I need the attack marches, right? But if in case some of you are thinking that there is no need to build the T15 layer, as major difference is coming through these T1, T2 layers and even through the debuff refinement, and there is no need to build the T15 layer, then I will suggest that you should build those T15 layer, right? Even logically, if I speak about, if you have the one additional layer, then obviously we're wasting at least one turn of enemy attack march, right? That much we all can think of, right? But I think that might be things are more than that. So for example, if suppose someone is hitting us with the T16, someone there at the K45, and the max layer what we have within our defense is the T14, so there is almost a two-layer difference, right? Then I feel that it is giving this some sort of the more advantage to the attacker, right? I can even put it up the concept behind it, but I'm not sure regarding these things 100%. So I'm just giving you the advice. If you there at the K35, I will suggest that build the T14, and if in case you there at the K40, I will suggest that build the T15 layer, right? So that you should have the as little difference as possible compared to the max keep level that right now exists within the game, right? So that we can reduce down the factors that can be disadvantageous to us anyhow, right? Again, these are my just speculation. I'm just suggesting. This is up to you, because again, building the T15 something, is definitely require the lot of the resources, right? So yep guys, I think yes, this is it for this particular video, and thank you guys, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next video, and bye bye for now.